Good morning, beautiful people. We just got done with a little speed workout at 21 Run. And honestly, it's a chilly morning, so I was happy to do speed work inside. I absolutely love 21 Run. You guys know this is like honestly made a huge difference in my speed. And today we actually did 6 by 4 minutes at a 6-minute pace or under. I ended up working into the 550s for the last few efforts. And I finished my workout this morning with doing some core. I've been trying to work in core at least 4 to 5 times a week. For me, I just feel like if I don't do core, like I don't actually make time for it, it'll never get done because it's honestly one of my least favorite things to work, but it's super necessary for us runners to be strong in the core. So happy to get that done and all before like 7:30 in the morning. I'm gonna head home, feed the pups, get some food myself, and then I'm gonna take you guys on a little trail run later. So I'll see you guys when we get home.
It's me, silly. It's me. Hello. Hello, puppies. Oh my gosh. Oh, hi. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hi, bud. Yeah, you sleep good. Oh, you got an eye booger. Let me get your eye booger. Let me get it. Ah. Hello, my little girl. Hello. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy?
Easily the hottest topic right now in ultra running is fueling. So today I want to take you guys through a full day of eating of what it looks like for me to fuel as an ultra runner training for a 50 miler and 100 miler in just a few months. This morning before my speed workout, I had 1 Go bar and I had this in the car on my way to 21 Run. And during my workout, I had 1 scoop of GUNM Sport. This has 20 grams of carbohydrates as well as 350 milligrams of sodium. And I had 1 gel. So this has 24 grams of carbohydrates and 110 milligrams of sodium. In addition to my carbohydrates and sodium, I also had 1 cup of white coffee with a little splash of almond milk. Honestly, for me, I just need a little bit of caffeine in the morning just to, honestly, more than anything, I feel like it's placebo, just to get myself up in the morning and kind of in the mindset of getting to go for speed. Let's go ahead and make breakfast now. Just about to cook some eggs, and I actually have duck eggs today because our farmer's chickens, because it's gotten super cold all of a sudden, they stopped laying. So we actually have 2 duck eggs here and then 3 hen eggs from our farmer. So I think today, let's do a duck egg and a hen egg because I want to show you guys the difference in like the consistency of them. Boom. Look how big that yolk is. That's crazy. We'll do our little hen egg. So much easier to crack and so much smaller. That's crazy. And that is our 20 grams of protein coming from here, probably around 14 grams of protein coming from the eggs, and then we've got good fiber, antioxidants, and carbohydrates in both the fruit and the pros. Okay, it's a couple hours later. I did some work, I showered, washed my face, and now I'm having my Alani Nu. I didn't wash my hair during the shower, so I have a couple things that I'm gonna do to slick it back a little bit better, but before I do that, I'm gonna do my skincare and then my hair care. So I talked about this on IG, but I've really simplified my skincare like routine over the past few months. And I feel like my skin honestly looks much better, like the least amount of things that I do to it. And honestly, like I'm not even the greatest at washing my face at night. Like if I didn't wear any face makeup, like honestly, sometimes I don't even wash my face. Prefacing all this by saying I think I genetically do have better skin. I think on the flip side, of that coin as well. I think because I do eat relatively clean, my skin just tends to stay pretty predictable. So I have been using this cleanser from Youth to the People, and I've been absolutely freaking loving it. Snow mushroom, oat oil, lipids, vitamins. This is the longest name I've ever heard. This is Super Shroom Calm Cleanser, but I always use some sort of eye serum product. This is the B5 eye serum from La Roche-Posay. I also love this brand. I have been using their moisturizer for like 15 years. I realized the other day, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been using that for so long. It's the Double Repair. And then I go in, this is once again, just, I feel like such a good product for just normal skin, normal to dry. This is also from Youth to the People. This is the Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream, and it is in this tub. I kind of don't really love products that come in a tube because I have to take my clean hands, but I still have to take my hands and put them in. I don't necessarily love that, but I honestly put probably too much on, but I essentially just put that all over my skin, and I do really like it. I feel like it's incredibly soothing, and I like this cream texture versus like a thinner lotion because it does help with drier skin. I actually don't have dry skin normally, but because I live in Utah and we just do not have any literally any humidity except for the couple offshoot days during the summer, it just kind of dries the heck out of my skin. That is just the skincare base. I'm gonna go in and finish the rest of my makeup. You guys have seen this before on the channel. If you want to know more about that, you can skip back to a few videos ago. And then yeah, we'll get ready to go on our little trail run. Okay, makeup is done, and I just did a nice slick back, and I actually did like a mid pony. I generally do a low pony, but maybe this is still considered a low pony, but it's a little bit more mid for me. And then I actually just bought this slick stick because I have flyaways all the time, and I just wanted to have something that would be easy. So I bought this little slick stick that actually has oil in it. I don't really like slick sticks generally because I feel like they dry my hair out so bad, but this is the Briogeo Style and Treat Yuzu and Plum Oil. That's what it looks like, and it's just small enough to where I feel like I could throw this anywhere and be able to have my hair slicked back. So that's what we did there. Nice little slick. Gonna brush that out really quick, and yeah, that's what we're looking like for our trail run. So let's get it. I'm about like 1/5 of the way through this, so cheers. See you guys at the trail. So finished our nice little trail run today. The goal was just to get about an hour on my feet, and we got 1 hour and 1 minute, so that's perfect, and just over 5.6 miles today. So some nice easy. We did a little bit of hiking, but mostly rollers, and honestly that felt really good. So that's 11 on the day today, so really happy about that. But now it's good time to eat some lunch. Let's get it. officially back home. I just pulled out some elk for dinner. I always get asked every time I post about my elk where I get it from. I get it from Force of Nature. We've also gotten it from friends who've hunted as well, but this is a really good option if you're looking to purchase. I really like game meat specifically because it's higher in nutrients, it's higher in vitamin B, you're getting more iron, and it's actually technically more protein per ounce than like regular traditional beef. So absolutely love ground elk for that, but unfortunately I'm gonna have chicken for lunch because we do have chicken that needs to be eaten. And I say unfortunately because I have a fear of chicken. Actually, I don't have a fear, it makes me gag. Like raw chicken, even thinking about it makes me literally gag. I'm gonna get asked about this. This is the Olivia, just like regular olive oil sprayer. This is refillable. So this is not something that you like purchase and throw away and repurchase. This is glass, which I really, really like, which means that the olive oil stays in glass the whole time. So this is our olive oil that we are using right now. It is the Calavita extra virgin olive oil, and this is 100% certified Italian. I like Italian olive oil because the use of pesticides isn't there. If you buy like California olive oil, it's gonna have a lot of pesticides in it just because here in America, we tend to use a lot more pesticides than elsewhere. So this is what is in this little sprayer guy. And I just always like to do a light dousing just to make sure things don't stick. It's not necessarily for flavor. If I was to add a lot more, it would be for flavor. So we're gonna open this bad boy up. And this is how I get away from having to touch chicken. These are already tenderified, so they're already small enough to just throw on. Blech. It's so freaking gross, guys. I'm not joking. It's literally making me gag already. We're just gonna do it quick so I don't have to think about it. I don't know why, y'all. This is like, oh, it's literally making me gag. My eyes are watering. Last one. Boom. And this is already in the garbage bag, so we don't have contamination. And then as far as seasoning goes on the chicken, I absolutely love this organic seasoned salt from Red Bend Real Salt. This seasoning is legitimately delicious. I don't know how, but Tyler and I have decided that it tastes like chicken ramen. Like it has like an umami flavor that is so good, but literally all that's in here is ancient sea salt, garlic, onion, coriander, mustard, celery seed, black pepper, paprika, turmeric, and parsley. So it's like a legitimate seasoning, and I absolutely douse my chicken in this, and it's so stinking good. While that is finishing cooking, I'm gonna have these two little cuties and then maybe another little snack. We'll see how long it takes. But since it's a full day of eating, I have to show you even my little snacks while I'm cooking. If you are not one to have a snack while you're cooking, we are not the same. I always have a snack. It's probably not the best. It's probably not the best habit, but you know what? We just did 2 runs already today, so. Delish. Standing at a trade show?
Yes. How's it going? It's going good. There's been some changes. He's on vacation. I'm making the call. It's more important for me to be in Chicago.
How do you feel about me picking up a Sterling?
I think that's a phenomenal idea.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. I'll text you when I need taking off.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. Goodbye, sweetheart.
Bye. 3 little chicken breast tenders. I'm gonna estimate that it's probably around like 1.5 full breasts, and then a whole little yellow zucchini here. And honestly, turned out so good. Yum. I'm kind of hungry for another one. So we're gonna have another probably half of a breast. I think the tenders are generally like half of a breast, but that is gonna complete lunch. So I'm gonna go golf now, and then come back home and walk the pups. You guys are gonna stay here. I did take some vitamins, I'll show you guys that, and then I also prepped my creatine. So I just popped a scoop of creatine in here with another scoop of electrolytes. This is how I take my creatine. You do not have to take creatine at a certain time of the day. There's literally no science to like timing or anything like that. The only thing that matters is consistency. So I take BPN's creatine every single day, and I don't have any rhyme or reason of what time of day I do it. Sometimes I do it pre-workout, sometimes I do it post, but it doesn't really matter. So I am still on prenatals. One thing that I learned while I was pregnant is that prenatals are actually a better vitamin for women in general than doing any sort of like regular multivitamin. So because these are, they're tackling over there. Because these are already formulated for women who are pregnant, they're just in general going to be better for women overall. So I am taking the Thorne Basic Prenatal. This does not have DHA, but I also am taking the DHA as well. Most of my stuff comes from BPN, but when it comes to vitamins, and specifically like a prenatal, this is what I am taking just because of the science behind it and the further testing that they go through. The science of gummies is that they're harder to track exactly how much is in the gummies themselves because the processing versus like a capsule, they're able to measure a lot better, but this is generally better absorbed by the body than a gummy. Getting extra things like folate, vitamin D, etc. In higher doses than you are in just a regular vitamin for women. So that's just kind of how I've always approached them. Honestly, I took prenatals for several years before I even was trying to get pregnant or before I was even pregnant to begin with. I don't know why that rant was so long, but anyway, let's go golf.
You think I'd taken a trip around the sun if you spent one day in the head I've been given? You'll find me spinning, but won't see me dance. You'll catch me grinning, but I'm in a trance. Yeah, I know that it all comes and it all goes. I'm just trying to learn how to let go. Yeah, I know that it all comes and it all goes. I'm just trying to learn how to let go. It's something that's bigger than my understanding. I just can't fathom shaking hands with my memories.
So we're back home. I did have an IQ bar on the way home because I was so hungry. But I am gonna walk the pups and then make dinner. And it's already getting dark, so I gotta get a move on. I'm honestly pooped from today. We did our speed workout at 21 Run. We did a 30-minute core workout this morning. We did a trail run, and then I hit a large bucket and then a small bucket of balls at the driving range because I was just in the zone. So, whoo, I'm feeling physically taxed, but mentally very fulfilled. It was a good day. So I'm gonna walk the pups now. And just like that, look, we are back. I get asked a lot about tracking macros, if I track macros, if I track calories, and the answer is no. On occasion, I will track carbohydrates. If I'm in my taper week and I'm looking to carb load, I will track my carbs just to make sure that I'm hitting those minimum numbers. And then occasionally, like I would say twice a year, I track my protein. So if I feel like I've kind of fallen off my normal eating pattern, I will track my protein just to make sure that I am getting enough. For me, I like to get somewhere around 150 to 160, maybe 100, let's say 130 to 160 grams of protein a day. I tracked macros for a very long time, so I have an idea of what I need to hit that. So I would say I eat intuitively, but I eat very educationally intuitively. Like, I feel like intuitive eating is such a hot topic recently. However, I think people think of intuitive eating through the lens of like me, where you have a good idea of carbs, proteins, and fats in each individual food. So you're going into you being able to intuitively eat with a strong base of knowledge. So I feel like if you're like brand new to nutrition and you don't have a bad relationship with tracking, I definitely recommend tracking macros just so you get an idea of how many like grams of protein are in each thing that you're eating, how many grams of carbohydrates, fats, etc. And so you're able to kind of see overall what you're lacking in as far as nutrients go. I am very hungry, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do probably the entire pound of elk for dinner. I also like thought about it and I was like, I don't think that I've eaten enough today, especially with the amount of activity that I've done. So I'm gonna have a very hefty dinner. Oftentimes I do this where during the day I'm just so go that at nighttime is when I eat the bulk of my calorie count. Honestly, like I'll snack a bunch at nighttime, etc. I don't have a bad relationship with that. I think for me, it's just what's worked for me and my body. And yeah, over the years, like this is just kind of how I've always eaten because I'm, like I said, I'm so go. So love the really long rant that we just went on. Okay, we have our dinner and our last meal of the day. It's a lot of food, but I think this all looks really great. This is all I'm gonna have tonight for dinner. If I do eat anything else, I will definitely show it to you guys and pop it in footage-wise. But I'm gonna close out today's video. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today and just going through a full day of eating and full day of training. I absolutely love doing these videos, so if you guys wanna see more like this, please make sure to let me know in the comments below. Love you guys so stinking much, and God loves you more. And until next time, stay unbreakable.